Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Daily Fantasy Digest Podcast, the all-inclusive podcast where we talk all things fantasy sports to help give you an edge. I am your host, Joe Beer, and be breaking down this Tuesday massive 15-game slate on a Tuesday, starting at 6:05. Want to do a quick recap of yesterday. Indian stack came through, crushed it. Highlighted players like Lindor, Mercado, Luplow. Mercado ended up hitting 2 dingers, which was absolutely incredible. Giolito wasn't as chalk as we thought. Ended up pitching an average game, to say the least. So it wasn't too crazy, but Adam Plutko kind of got crushed. Still cashed, though, if you would have followed the Indian stack. The Giants, the first game of the Giants, I wish we had that in the second part of the game, but still nonetheless, Brandon Crawford went yard, which was part of the stack as well. Pilar was great in the first game, but Brandon Crawford's had 3 homers today. So Dinger of the Day call might have not come through, but overall stack came through very well, with Crawford hitting a homer, Mercado hitting 2, Lindor having a couple base hits, same with Luplow. So definitely an all-around great day. We've been on an absolute roll lately. So I want to continue that today. Coming into this 15-game slate, 2 players above 10K, Lance Lynn and Walker Buehler. Don't want anything to do with any of them. Really actually interested in Michael Pineda here. Recently, he's just been absolutely pitching in gems. Over the past 2 games, 9K game and 8K game, just coming back and dealing against the White Sox and against the Rangers here. Hasn't faced the Mets yet this season, but I think he's in a great form here to go ahead and dominate. I'm a little worried about Pete Alonso, but I think that with that being said, this should be an easy kind of takedown for Michael Pineda here. The pitching is really weird today. There's a lot of great matchups for hitters, and not a lot of great pitching matchups. One thing I do want to highlight here at SP2 is Jack Flaherty. 7.4K is way too low for a pitcher with this kind of K upside and just overall command of his pitches. I think he's just in a great spot here tomorrow. Pittsburgh is just, they're getting shut out today by St. Louis with Mikolas on the mound. So I think this is a great spot for Flaherty to dominate again. I don't see him giving up more than 2 runs, striking out roughly 6 or 7. So I think this is a great spot at 7.4K. Great value play for me, in my opinion. So I definitely want to capitalize on Pineda and Flaherty today. Now, I'm going to ignore Coors here on the slate. I know there's 2 terrible pitchers pitching, Pomeranz and Lambert. But, the Rockies have been terrible hitting as of recent. There's 2 games against the Giants have been terrible. I don't want anything to do with it. I want to dominate and attack one specific game here, and it's going to be the Nationals going into Camden Yards against Asher W., because I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. Juan Soto, Victor Robles, and Adam Eaton, all absolute locks for me tomorrow. Hitting from the left side of the plate, Juan Soto's been on an absolute tear lately, a homer in the past 4 games. Victor Robles has just been a hitting machine. Just putting on an absolute show. Has a RBI in 3 of the past 4 games. And then, Adam Eaton hits in the top tier of the lineup. Definitely gets his way into double digits. I could see him going yard tomorrow as well. This Asher, pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles, has a 6.2 ERA. I've just been absolutely terrible. He's gotten shelled by the Rays and a few other teams. So I see that the Nationals is going to be just a great stack tomorrow. A pivot off of Eaton for me, just to open up some more potential outfield space, is going to be Matt Adams. I really like Matt Adams tomorrow, 4.3K. He's been having some trouble, but, flashes upside of homers. He's definitely a great power hitter. Want every lefty from this side of the plate going up against a righty today. So that'll be first stack. Second stack, even with the weather concern, I want to attack the Indians again, going up against Ryan Carpenter. Jordan Luplow, still underpriced at 4K. Mercado, we got to try and find a way to fit him in if you can. And then Lindor as well. And then throwing in Jose Ramirez as well, or Jake Bowers, either one for me. Kipnis has been playing absolutely terrible lately, so I don't really want to highlight him. But I do really want Jose Ramirez. If you could just see the numbers that he's been putting up recently, double digits in 3 out of the past 4 games, has a homer as well. So I'm really a fan of him. And then since we are team pay down for catcher, low-tier catchers are the best thing in the world. Jeff Mathis on the slate at 2K gives you 4.2K for a second baseman, and 4.2K is incredible. You can get somebody from this Boston game, Michael Chavez at 4.2K, super underpriced, who hit a grand slam tonight, going up against a terrible pitcher in Toronto. You can get Max Moroff here in Cleveland, hitting from the right side, or a switch hit from the right side of the plate. So that just provides you as well. You can get somebody like Altuve. So for the sake of this video, I'll leave these two positions just open for interpretation. But we are team pay down for catcher here on this podcast. So with that being said, this is roughly what my lineup's going to look like come lock tomorrow, assuming all these players are in the starting lineup. These are the players that I really want to maximize on. Really think Pineda and Flaherty are the two top pitchers here today. And then for hitting, I want to maximize with the Washington Nationals, Matt Adams, Juan Soto, and Victor Robles. Then doubling it back with the Cleveland stack again of Francisco Lindor and Luplow again, and or Mercado. Luplow or Mercado, they're interchangeable. And then Jose Ramirez as well today. I really want to lock in against Ryan Carpenter. So yeah, this is roughly what my lineup's going to look like come lock tomorrow. So with that being said, time to make the dinger of the day call on this slate. Without a doubt, is going to be Juan Soto. I'm going to be the thumbnail of this video. Just having incredibly, or hitting over 300 average, just incredibly hard contact per hit percentage, almost 10 fantasy points per game average. I see him going yard easily tomorrow. So he's going to be the thumbnail of this video and the dinger of the day call. With that being said, hope everybody enjoyed the video. If you did enter on another topic, if you did enter the fantasy contest on Twitter, and you did make it through, I appreciate everybody entering and supporting the channel and following and showing some love. Congratulations to the 12 people that made it through to the $500 Invitational League that we'll be hosting on NFL.com, courtesy of Fantasy Digest Podcast. We'll be giving away some free money, a bunch of giveaways and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. We will be covering the Fantasy League on this channel, pre-draft, post-draft, and every week, breaking down everything that's going on in the NFL League. So stay tuned for that. We'll be having a very big announcement coming in the next coming weeks here regarding some apparel. So stay tuned for that as well. Appreciate all the support. Smash the subscribe button, hit the like, and leave a comment down below. Head on over to Twitter. Check us out at Fantasy Digest _. Give us a follow. Promise you won't regret it. And we'll see you next time for another breakdown tomorrow. So good luck to everybody. Hope everybody cashed if you listened to the breakdown the past few days, and continue to cash the rest of the week with us. So we'll see you next time on the Daily Fantasy Digest Podcast.